Yeah, yeah. So now, any questions? Anything to discuss? Any question? Diane, you have any question?
Could you help us with the pronunciations of some of the
Pronunciation? Yes.
some of the offerings. And there's another.
Mm-hmm.
There's another mantra. Oh, Vajrasattva, Vajrasattva, Samya.
Yeah, that's right. You pronounce very well. Yeah. You pronounce again. Yeah.
I'll never do it again.
Oh. No. Yeah, do it.
Tathagata, Abhishekata, Samya, Shriya.
Samaya. Abhishekate Samaya. Shriya. Right? Okay. Then any? Then.
And the offerings?
Offerings, yes. Offerings. Vajrasattva. And then you recite? Okay.
Vajrasattva. Saparivara. Argam. Praticha.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's right. Paticham Soha, yes. Padyam, yes. Pushpe. Yes. And Dube. Aluke. Ganden, yes. New day, yes. New day, yes. Shabda, yes. New day, Shabda. Okay. So, with the, Vajrasattva. I thought of explaining something, this, something. So, I think it's good to understand this also, with the ritual, and at the end of the ritual, when it is when we reaches to the conclusion stage, here you see absorption, right? You see the word absorption. With delight, Vajrasattva melts into light, dissolves into me. As a result, my body, speech, and mind becomes inseparably one with the body, speech, and mind of Vajrasattva, right? So here, what you have to visualize is that 진뇌기 지대 너게 신도사 나와 탐제 난 주기셈 링에 하조스 뒤스. So now, in the visualization, we have to visualize that the external world, the environment, first actually dissolves into yourself, right? That's one thing we have to visualize, and into one's the what do you call no tamji person. So so dissolves into the Vajrasattva. We are visualizing Vajrasattva on our crown, right? You know this, right? And just so the whole environment dissolves into Vajrasattva, and then Vajrasattva dissolves, right? And then absorbs into one cell, right? This is the procedure of visualization, right? And then namja rimgi vedo shune vedone rangla dos rangya ta rangyang tane rimgi vedo vedo yelne ale tuke omla themes. So Vajrasattva dissolves into one cell, right? With the visualization. Then you also yourself being practitioner also dissolves yourself into the syllable at your heart, into the syllable at your heart. Okay. So this is, and so you yourself, like when we on a mirror, when we say ha, so the vapor, right, the water vapor first appears, the stain of water vapor, right, appears on the mirror, right? And how this water vapor dissolves is from externally, from outside, slowly, the water vapor, the sides become smaller and smaller, right? Like that. In the same way, our body also dissolves from the outer brim, from the outer external brim, right? External rim or brim, slowly, like water vapor dissolving, water vapor on the mirror dissolving, and eventually dissolves into the letter A at your heart, Then what happens is that letter A dissolves into letter A. So what is we have to visualize is that at your heart, at the Buddhist, Vajrasattva's heart, we have visualized Vajrasattva Samaya Manabala, 100 syllable, right? So at his heart, surround at the center is the Hung, and then circling, and then I told you, right? Then almost moving, revolving, and then producing light, right? Light. Here now, after having dissolved Vajrasattva into yourself, so for that purpose, what we visualize is that in the center, and now what we have to do is actually Om Banza. So in the center, Om Banza Vajra. Again, 5 letter, right? Om Banza Sattva, right? Om Banza Sattva, right? Om Banza Sattva, right? Om Vajrasattva, we're reciting this Om Vajrasattva. So Om in the center, Vajra in the front, Om Banza, Om Banza che, correct? Yeah, Om Banza che, Om Banza, Om Banza, Sata, right? Sat, okay, Sat, Ta, Hung, 5, right? Om Banza Sat. So 4 syllables surrounding the Om in the center, right? 4 syllables surrounding Hung, Om, right? Om Banza Sat ta, hung, right? Taktara, taktara, no, right? Diane, you got it?
Well, that's we don't have that in here.
No, not here. That's why I'm explaining.
Okay.
It's because since now we have been doing this practice for some time, right? So I want to include some more detail of the practice. So Om Banza Sattu Hung, right? Om Banza in front, Sat at the left, and then the behind, the back is Ta, and then at the left is Hung. Surrounded, right? Surrounded. Center is the Om, right? Center is the Om, right? Like Om Banza Sattu Sama Manapala is surrounding, right? Right? Clear, right? So then, now what happens is that we are doing meditation of the dissolution, of the dissolution. So what happens is that you yourself dissolve into what? Into right? Om, into Om. Om dissolves. Om dissolves into Banza, Vajra. Okay, Om dissolves into Vajra. Vajra dissolves into Sattva, Sat. Sat dissolves into Ta. Ta dissolves into Hung. Right? So in center, right? So Sat that. So I'm a little bit I need to make more. So Om is in front. I'm a little bit mistaken. Om is in front. Hung is in the center. Hung is in the center. Okay. Hung is in the center. Om in front. Banza right. Satta right. Om front. Banza Satta Satta Hung in the center. Right. Hung in the center. So Om dissolves Banza dissolves and Satta dissolves, then Ta dissolves into Hung. Right? So what is left? Only Hung is left. Right? Only Hung is left at the end, right? So Hung again has to dissolve. So how it dissolves is from lower bottom, from the bottom or the top, starts dissolving. So eventually, Hung again vanishes into the space. Right? Hung vanishes into space. Hung again dissolved. Hung is again dissolved. So here it says that Hung also dissolves like a rainbow dissolving in the sky. Mimi Chobadan Telve Ngangne Ngangla Tarchi Kleti Nyambarshas. So Hung again dissolves into space. So what is left? Nothing is left, right? So you become nothing. You lost. Finished. You're finished. Is that scary? Like little bit scary, That can be a little bit scary. Yeah. So at this point, what you are doing is meditating on emptiness. Otherwise, it's a little bit scary, right? If you are lost, right? Completely lost, finished, then scary. Right? So, right? From home, from top, and from completely dissolved, right? Then nothing is left. So you meditate on that kind of spaciousness in that. So that means nothing appears in you. Nothing appears to your mind. Nothing appears to your mind. Only the spaciousness or the emptiness. You are not appearing yourself. Nothing appears into your mind except emptiness or except some kind of spaciousness. So Zapadu Rinpoche, he says that, so remain in that spaciousness, experience how it is like. try to experience how it is like. Can be a little bit scary, can be also kind of joyful, can be a little bit trembling too, like that. So you have to see, what is your experience like, right? Like just Hung also dissolves into the space like a rainbow dissolves in the space, like the rainbow dissolves. Good. And then Dargi remain in that emptiness or spaciousness. So your awareness is the awareness experiencing the spaciousness. Nothing. So that means we forget about past. We don't dwell about past, nor about future, anything. So just in the present moment, it's almost like Mahamudra. The great Mahamudra. In the great Mahamudra, what is really involved is awareness. Our mind being aware of one's own mind. That is the mind being aware of one's own mind, which is very difficult to be aware of one's. We can be aware of what's happening outside, right? We can be aware of what I see. We can be aware of what I thought, what I think. Okay, thought precedes, and then I can be aware. Oh, I got this thought, or if I plan something, then if we have this thought, say I think about this. And then immediately, if we recollect, we shall be able to think, well, I thought of going, I thought of doing this, I thought of going this. Why? It's because we have, our mind is aware of the thoughts, what we are having about past, future, or even at the present moment, thoughts. Those are grosser ones. But when all these thoughts are removed, like, dissolving thoughts, because with this kind of practice, we have dissolved every kind of thought. We have dissolved every kind of thought, awareness. We've dissolved every kind of thought. No thought is there. No thought is. Only awareness. Awareness of what? This spaciousness. Right? So it's almost like a total emptiness and almost total emptiness. It's a very, very interesting practice. Very, very interesting practice. Yeah, it's very, very interesting practice in the sense that you come to a point of almost, experiencing almost being in space, just yourself. Only your awareness in space. Yeah. So then what happens is that then yang namdo shik charo zombanas. Then a subtle thought, because you cannot remain in that spacious emptiness for all the time, because we have not reached to this level, right? What we could be, maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, even maybe like 1 minute, like that. Then eventually a thought tickles us. Thought is tickled, thought. That could be a very, very subtle thought. And that tickling of thought, again, leads us to bring more, leads us to the manifestation of more and more thoughts, more and more grosser levels of thoughts, grosser level thoughts, very much like the near-death experiencing and going back, in other words, reversal of near-death experience, So with the mind of clear light, from, total blankness, experiencing what is called as mind of clear light. So then a reverse of the near-death experience is back again in mind of clear light, back again in blankness. And then from blankness, most subtle, one of the most subtle thought or conception triggers or manifest, and that leads to manifest more grosser level of thoughts. That leads to grosser level and thoughts. Then we thoughts, and then thoughts. Then imagination. Then all kinds of sense thoughts like attached like that. So then 남도식 차로 좀 봐나 라리아 니주 탐제 도지 셈베 신감수 잘레메 셀라스. Then with the thought being led to manifest, and this thought again is led to visualize. This thought is led to visualize the external world as the Vajrasattva's world, and your being as another, again manifesting yourself into Vajrasattva. So from here, for example, here, as a result of my body, speech and mind becomes inseparably one with body, speech and mind of Vajrasattva. Then you reappear again in the form of Vajrasattva, right? Very interesting practice. You reappear. Very, very powerful practice. First you become nothing. Then out of nothingness comes Vajrasattva. You appear yourself as a Vajrasattva. Is a visualization process, right? Right. So then, now, what is being Vajrasattva? You are in a position to work for the benefits of the sentient beings. You are not just the space, right? Or you are not just empty, right? Emptiness. You are not just in other words, when we read the literature of the three kayas, three kayas, dharma kaya, rupa kaya, and the emanation kaya, the nirvana kaya. The dharma kaya is like a space. Just with dharma kaya, the sentient beings cannot see the dharma kaya. So the benefiting sentient beings, benefiting the sentient beings is very limited. Only realized ones can see the Dharmakaya. So that is why Buddha emanates into this the Sambhoga Kaya, that is the enjoyment body. And then from enjoyment body, emanation body, like that. More, in other words, it emanates himself into more and more grosser bodies, grosser bodies, which are which can be seen and experienced by more and more ordinary regular sentient beings, like that, right? So that is why the purpose of three kayas is also like that. And then we have this, dedication, right? Dedication by the virtue. May I quickly become Vajrasattva. That's why we are saying, we have visualized ourselves as a Vajrasattva, right? But then in the dedication, we are again, dedicating that may I become Vajrasattva, because tantric practice is called as resultant practice, right? We have been discussing in the past. Even though we have not reached to the result, we take the result upon oneself and visualize and practice as if we have really achieved the result, right? So in reality, we are still yet to achieve the result, right? So in our dedication prayer, we request that may we become, Vajrasattvas again in future, right? So this is how, the closing prayers also works, the closing prayers go, like that. Okay. So main thing is concentration and, the focus, focus and the visualization. Main thing is constant. So now we stop here, and it's getting a little bit hot.